Hey, how you doing, fight fans? EJ Boxing Live here with crew, YouTube's best channels here. Come together, collect, try and give you guys the best boxing knowledge out there. We've got Dan the Man. How you doing, Dan?
Not too bad, not too bad.
All right, cool, man. We got Boxing Beats and Rhymes. Boxing Beats, you want to say a little something to the people listening? I guess Beats is probably muted. We got Natty Turner. How you doing?
Bless. Wagwan.
Cool, man. What you need? How you doing? What you need?
I'm fine, man. I'm fine. I'm just enjoying this moment.
All right, so we're all ready to go, man. So we're gonna go through. We saw on the weekend. Dan the Man, you was eager to get it out, so I let Dan the Man start off. Dan the Man, go ahead. We're gonna talk on. We're gonna talk cover first.
We could start with Kell Brook. He started the day off.
All right. So, okay. All right. So Dan the Man, he must have muted himself. Okay. Now you go start with Kell Brook. Then go ahead.
Yeah, man. Like when this fight was mentioned, I wasn't really impressed with the opponent. I never was impressed with JoJo Dan to begin with. But what really was sparking my interest, I wanted to see how Kell Brook looked after the injury. You know what I mean? If it affected his movement, if it affected him in any way in the ring. And in my opinion, he passed that test with flying colors. You know what I mean? The opponent in front of him didn't really test him in any way, shape, or form. But he was able to, you know, knock off the cobwebs against a low-level opponent, in my opinion. I don't know how this guy got the IBF mandatory, you know what I mean? But that's who they put in the position. And now that he's out of the way, I'm ready to see him in there with a live body, man. I'm ready to see him get in there in Wembley Stadium and beat up Amir Khan. You know what I mean? Straight up.
That's it, right? Straight away, man. Hey, bro, I can't even argue with you, man. Kell Brook, hey, so see what do you think of JoJo Dan himself, Natty? What do you think of JoJo Dan?
Pardon me?
What do you think of JoJo Dan?
I never really was impressed with him, man. I knew a few years ago they was trying to hype him up, you know what I mean, because he had the Romanian following and whatnot, but he never was really that good to me, in my opinion. He was just all right. He could go about his business. He wasn't a complete bum, you know what I'm saying, but he wasn't anything special. No, nobody I thought that was going to be a world champion at any time, at any given time. So I was not really impressed with the opponent at all.
All right.
He looked like he was in there trying to survive against Kell Brook, in my opinion.
Yeah,
He was.
Yeah. All right, Dan the Man, go ahead, Dan the Man, go ahead. Breakdown of the fight.
Man, I didn't really have a lot to say about the fight itself. It kind of looked like a mismatch. I was really wanting to speculate about the Khan versus Brook fight. What do you guys think of that? Who would you pick?
The Khan versus Brook fight. Oh, that fight, we don't know, man. That fight, like, you know, Khan's already talking about fighting Algieri, and they're talking about Frankie Gavin fighting Finn. You know what I'm trying to say? Like that, it's further away than it's near. So
yeah, I hear that.
But the Kell performance, like I've got like there's certain things I was looking at again. I want to say, but I want everyone's take, and then we can go into them other things though. Go ahead, but go down.
Cool.
Go ahead.
I was impressed, like Natty Turner said. He came back from the injury. I mean, it didn't really look like there was anything there. I mean, it actually looked like a mismatch. Really, he just kind of dominated him, and the guy didn't really want anymore, so he gave up. Really, that's kind of all I saw.
Yeah, not more. What do you think? Do you reckon like they should have? You know, he didn't. You know what? To be honest with you, Kell got stabbed in his leg, and I'll be honest with you, yeah, we didn't know what Kell was gonna turn up. It looked like Kell was fine to me, bro.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying, bro? But you're right. Like, he wasn't nothing that interesting. I would have been happy if he went a bit round. But JoJo Dan, to be honest with you, he's not that good. And every time he stepped up, he looked like he lost. So I understand there's not much on it you can say. All right, what do you need? Go ahead, man.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was a mismatch. I mean, this guy faced, I think he faced Aiden twice.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Right. So, you know, and he came up short both times. He's supposed to be a tough guy. I think he tried to bum rush Kell Brook, but like he didn't realize that Porter didn't succeed at doing that. and for some reason it just never collected. I think those hard rights to the head, I think stunned him. So he never really posed a problem to Kell Brook, and it was just basically a clinical destruction of him. You know, I think he took his heart from him as well. I don't think the guy wants to box anymore after that fight. That beat him. I think his mindset's gonna be different.
Oh, you watching the fight? Was you impressed with the fight? Was you impressed with Kell?
Well, I actually, just looking at the weigh-ins, realized Kell was an elite athlete, and this guy was, you know. So I took it for what it was. A good old-fashioned beatdown.
Yeah. No one's over your fuse. Let me hear what the boxing encyclopedia say. Boxing beats around. Jump in, bro. Boxing beats. I guess he must have some technical problems, right? Alright, I'll just jump in on that, yeah? I'll be honest with you, man. That undercard was terrible. That was one of the worst, because I saw the whole thing from start to finish. Frankie Gavin, 10 round, that was terrible. Gavin McDonald, terrible. And there's another, on Beach's channel, was talking about the guy, the middleweight who knocked out Leone, and he knocked out this dude as well. That I didn't really care about that. But Kell, the whole build-up was pretty good, but Joe the Dam was like basically a stack of cards, man. Or we could see a paper tiger. The man just broke through. When Kell lifted him off the ground with an uppercut, I said, man, you know what? This fight's going to be over. I said, it's a matter of time. I was wondering, why didn't they let this fight continue? This fight should have been over already. It was like, and then after, because they had so much time, Eddie Hearn was like, right now, we need Amir Khan and this and that. I was like, come on, man, that's not going to make Amir Khan jump in the ring. Beating the but it was a good opponent who's never been stopped before. So I mean, Eddie Hearn got stabbed in his leg. So you've got to factor in all.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, one minute though. Let me say my thing. 1 minute. Let me just say my thing and then you jump in. But what I'm saying to say is that if you're looking at a good solid opponent, a Manchurian, never been stopped before, Kell did what he did. I'll say it to Beats earlier on. Yeah, that he reminded me of he's not better than Sinchenko. Remember Sinchenko who Paulie beat? I was like, man, Sinchenko's better than this dude. So I could see him beating him, and he stopped a good dude. So in my opinion, it was a good win, but I wasn't overly impressed. And it's like it left you wanting more. They said they got another date in July apparently, so they knew they were going from. Now they're talking about people like Marquez and Brandon Rios. And I'm like, man, you know what? But they really and truly, they're going to make Frankie Gavin, and that is terrible. Frankie Gavin, then you guys lost to Bundu, and you guys, I don't know if you guys saw Keith Furman. And I'm like, come on, man. Are you serious? They're going to sell us that? Because I think, to me, they're going to try and protect Kell. And Eddie Hearn's going to get his investment because he's invested a lot of money in Kell Brook. And I think he's going to try and get his money back by letting him have these bum fighters going against these guys like Frankie Gavin, European level, and let Kell get a second.
Frankie Gavin.
That's that's the.
Is Arrow gone?
Yeah, you just kind of felt.
Arrow left us, but B should jump in anyway.
Yeah. The guy got his tactics wrong, didn't he? He underestimated who he was fighting. That's what happened. Like, people say that he's a bum. He's never been stopped. And, like, from what I heard, one of the Island fights was a robbery. So, the guy underestimated Kell Brook. You know, he didn't actually fight to survive. He went at Kell Brook. He got up on Kell Brook, but he couldn't box him from range or up close. And, like, he couldn't deal with Brook's arsenal of punches or none of it. And, like, I don't think there's too many welterweights who could have done what Brook did. So impressive. I don't believe that. I don't actually believe that. And I'm not saying.
I agree.
I'm not saying
he gave it his best, but it was a mismatch.
I'm not saying. Sorry. I'm not saying Brook's a well beater yet, but he's definitely showing that he has a skill set. He has a skill set there, and he's a factor for anyone at that level. He's a factor. He's a factor in the welterweight division right now.
I say he's a world beater.
Who would you say should be next for him, though, B?
Huh?
Who do you think should be next for Kell?
Well, it should be the Amir Khan fight. That should be the next fight.
Absolutely. I mean, anything else is uncivilized, man.
Yeah.
Khan ain't won no piece of Brook. You don't know that. Khan ain't won none of that.
I know you think quite fondly of Khan. You rate him, don't you? So who do you think would win that?
Who's that to?
You.
I don't rate Khan that highly. He's improved. He's had 2 good wins. But Brook will win it. Brook will win it. But this is what's messing up boxing right now, is that, you know, the obvious fight where both men will be compensated well, it will be good career resume maintenance for both guys, and the fight's not happening. This is destroying boxing.
I'm going to say something out on a limb. I would say Brook will end Khan's career. His career will be ended with Kell Brook if he steps into the ring with Kell Brook. I'm going out on the limb and say that.
I don't really agree. I think Khan's style is tailor made to give Brook
left hook, straight overhand right. The story is over.
Yeah,
and he will finish him.
That could work, but I think Khan straight it would give Brook problems.
Nah, no.
You don't think, no?
Timing, man. Timing beats speed.
Get destroyed. Get destroyed, man.
Right, you don't think it's that much of a mismatch, yeah?
If he couldn't deal with Danny Garcia, he ain't dealing with no Kell Brook right now. Kell Brook would just Kell Brook.
But he was dealing with Garcia, but Garcia timed him. He timed him and he caught him with a beautiful shot.
Kell Brook's strength is timing, man.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, and then, like, you know, Brook's got a really, really good jab. Like, he's bigger than Danny Garcia, and like, man, it's not a good fight. Like, Brook's not going to respect power or anything like that. He's going to go in there and he was going to rough him up. When Lamont Peterson started rucking with Amir Khan and started he just crumbled. What's he going to do when Brook starts roughing him up? He's going to disintegrate.
Yeah, and he's not going to get away with what he did with Devin Alexander on the inside, man. He's not going to be able to hold Khan hold Brook off like that, because Brook is much stronger than Devin Alexander is on the inside.
Yo,
Devin can't fight on the inside. Devin can't fight on the inside.
Yeah,
at all.
Sorry, guys. I just want to ask who just came in at 10. Who just came in? Can you introduce yourself?
I don't know. Who's that? The name is in Arabic.
Yeah. Can you introduce yourself, please?
They're muted right now.
Yeah. I don't know. Yo, if you're going to come in the hangout, you need to introduce yourself, really. You know what I mean? All right, we'll leave that for now. We'll leave that. But yeah, Brook. Powerful, man. Powerful dude. And look, here's the thing, man. Khan will be compensated well. Yeah, if he thought he could beat Kell Brook right now, Brook's the only other champion. The other two guys with belts are occupied. Floyd and Manny, they're occupied. He'll be taking the fight. I
don't think he thinks he can beat him, because remember, they've had a sparring session. So if Khan thought he could beat Brook, I think he would have done it by now.
Yes,
and Khan keeps on changing arguments. Before he said if Brook gets a title, then it will make sense. Now Brook has the title. He has other hindrances to the fight.
It makes me laugh when he says he's not on my level, when Brook's undefeated and Khan's been knocked the fuck out. It's crazy.
A couple of